I will never stop stressing the fact that you should not be working with anyone on anything without a contract. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Kristole Perkins. You may have heard of my business, Perkins Marketing, where I had my first $6,500 week dropshipping on Shopify using Facebook ads and Instagram influencers. And the reason I always do this is because I'm supposed to have an intro where it says like Facebook ads and Instagram influencers, but I never added in my intro, so I just look like I'm holding nothing. But anyways, welcome back to my channel, guys. Hi, I missed you guys. I'm back. I'm back with curly hair. So we got the curly hair this week. So for these videos, you know, just expect the curls. I'm actually feeling the curls. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I like them. At first I didn't like them, but then like today I got up and I did my makeup with them and I'm like, oh, we might be able to rock with this. So I have not been on YouTube as much lately. I know a lot of you guys have seen me protesting. You see me protest in Orlando. I also protested in Atlanta. I've also added Black Lives Matter t-shirts to my site. This is not the only one available, but this is the one that's selling the most. I'll stand up really quick. So it just says Black Lives Matter. And on the other designs, this was like one of my first samples. So this will be taken in just a little bit so that it's more centered. But I also really still love this one, not gonna lie. So these are the t-shirts. If you guys have me on Instagram, this weekend we celebrated Juneteenth and my friends are wearing them. So that was really exciting. Actually, hold on. I have a couple more samples. So these are the other ones. This one says hopelessness is the enemy of justice. And this shirt means a lot to me because much like a lot of us, I have lost hope when protesting and seeing some of the things that I've seen, hearing some of the things that I've heard, being biracial, being treated unfairly because I am half white. And right now it does seem like it's more of a race issue and like a police brutality issue. It's about racism. It's about Black people being treated unequal. It's about not being treated the same as the other white kids in your class or the other mixed kids in your class. That was something that came out. So with everything that people were saying, like a lot of my friends were talking down on mixed girls who have white moms, which I am mixed and I have white mom. You know, some of my white family, they just didn't understand why I would protest or where I was coming from. Even some of my Black family, you know, they had just some really harsh words to say. So with all of that, you know, I was very emotional. I cried a lot. Trying to get your point across is very frustrating, especially in a world of things you cannot change and you have no control over that seem unfair to you. Seeing Black men and Black women killed at the hands of the police. I try not to watch the videos, but I mean, it's hard when it just keeps going on your timeline over and over again. So I had to kind of just like, you know, remove myself from social media for a little while, and it was very emotional. And I told my husband that, you know, I lost hope. I don't feel like we're doing anything. Like, I feel like me going out and protesting is not doing anything. I feel like, you know, if I can't even convince my own family that Black Lives Matter, how am I supposed to convince the world that Black Lives Matter? How am I supposed to convince Orlando? How am I supposed to convince Atlanta? How am I supposed to convince anybody for that matter? You know, if I get comments like, well, what do you think protesting is doing? And I have to continuously argue and tell you and show you, and it gets hard. So, you know, I lost hope for a little while, and I was watching Just Mercy. If you guys have seen that, if you haven't seen it, definitely watch it. It's very hard to watch, but worth watching. I watched Just Mercy, and at the end, when, you know, there's like a closing scene, he had said, hopelessness is the enemy of justice. So I said, I need that. I'm going to replace this quote. Ew, I hate when you guys can see my ring light, but I'm going to replace this quote with hopelessness is the enemy of justice. And then I also wanted it on a t-shirt so that I can wear it as well. So I went ahead and put it on a t-shirt. I also have it in black on the site. So if you want to get it in black, it is available. I will put it in the link below. I'll put all 4 of the shirts that I show you guys. I'm going to put in my description link. The Black Lives Matter. I also have this one in white. And then I have No Lives Matter till Black Lives Matter. And the reason that this shirt is sentimental to me is because the first time I protested and I was downtown, I saw a sign that said no lives matter till Black Lives Matter. And you know, it's on my live. If you follow me on Instagram, it's on my IGTV. So I talked about that. Or I said that in the protest, and then I was just like, I screamed it. Like, I was just like, no lives matter till Black Lives Matter. And then the whole protest started saying it. So like I started, I don't want to say like a chant. I don't know. I started, but I made everyone say it. And it was something about, that gave me hope again. You know what I mean? Like that was what restored my hope, was that all of these people out here with me stand with me. They stand with us. They stand with Black women. They stand with Black men. They stand with biracial women. They stand with inequality, or against inequality, and against police brutality. So this shirt means a lot to me as well. And then I wanted to also add some entrepreneur merch, because a lot of us, and I'm going to add some like influencer merch too, because I have a lot of influencers who follow me. And then of course this video is about influencers, but I wanted to add my entrepreneur shirt. I've had this shirt in my phone for about, I want to say 6 months. A couple of my friends, I've asked them like, do you think I should add this to my site? Do you think I should add this to my site? It just says entrepreneur, overworked, and running on coffee, because that's what I am. Overworked and always running on coffee. So these are just some of the shirts that I added. I went ahead and got these from my vendor, and my vendor is local. My vendor is Black owned. So when you do buy a shirt from me, you're supporting a Black business, and then I'm also putting money in another Black owned business's pocket. And then I'm also donating. Right now, I'm not sure where I'm donating. We are getting a lot of backlash from the Minnesota Freedom Fund, as well as Black Lives Matter. So yeah, I don't know where I'm donating yet. So we're gonna figure that out, because all of the proceeds from my t-shirts are still being donated, and I'm able to go into my back end and see how much of my sales come from my shirts, and then how much of my sales come from everything else. So we will be donating, and make sure you guys use the link below to go ahead and support. It means so much to me that you guys would even buy merch from me, because I've been holding off on selling merch for years. You guys have been begging me. So I will have t-shirts, hats, and all of that. Now to get into the video. As a Black woman, I was not about to just get on here and not talk about Black Lives Matter. Just like I got on here and talked about Kobe, I'm always gonna get on here and talk about anything that I feel, you know, touched my heart. So now what you guys have come to my channel for, how to learn how to go ahead and hire some influencers. So a lot of you guys want to sell products online, like for instance this t-shirt. It would be great for me to reach out to a Black influencer and have her promote this t-shirt. So the first thing that you have to know when you're promoting or when you're reaching out to an influencer is you have to know your niche. You need to know your niche, and you need to know your influencer's niche. Like I said, this t-shirt says Black Lives Matter. So I would use Black influencers, not saying that you can't use white or biracial or, you know, excuse me, Oriental or anyone for that nature, Brazilian, whoever you want to use. You can use any demographic that you want to use, or any race that you want to use. But personally, when you are promoting something that goes specifically towards Black lives and Black people, then you definitely want to use an influencer that has Black followers and promotes Black lives and is pro-Black. So not to say that other influencers aren't, but you would get more for your buck if you go with an influencer who is Black. So knowing your niche is important. So let's say my entrepreneur t-shirt. I can use any influencer who is an entrepreneur and has their own business, as long as I'm promoting my entrepreneur shirt. So that goes for any influencer. You can use Black, white, whoever. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that they are an entrepreneur. What matters is they have followers who are interested in their boss babe or their boss mentality. So you want to use someone like me, for instance. If I was selling, you know, if I wanted to reach out to an influencer who I thought would get me a lot of sales for an entrepreneur shirt, you reach out to an entrepreneur. You're going to want to use entrepreneurs for something like that. If you're selling t-shirts that have, I'm trying to think of how many positive t-shirts, you're going to want to use an influencer that promotes positive mindset and promotes personal development, personal growth. Maybe someone who has crystals and sage and candles and those kind of things, because that's more about personal development, and that's more about like self-love and like learning who you are and, you know, things like that. So if you have positive t-shirts, then you want to use a positive influencer, someone who enforces positivity. You know what I mean? So that comes with knowing your niche. Same thing with fitness. If you want to sell fitness outfits, or you have like fitness gear that you're trying to sell, you want to go through influencers who work out on a daily basis, influencers or every other day, influencers that eat well, influencers that have, you know, pictures of like, you know, maybe like a before and after, or their daily, what they eat on a daily basis, or an influencer who used to be bigger and now is smaller. If her audience knows that, then they resonate with that, then they will be more tempted to download your booty boosters or your guides, or, you know, book you for meal plans, or, you know, book you for virtual personal trainings, things like that. So you definitely want to know your niche when it comes to picking an influencer, because you're not just going to be able to use any influencer for any niche. For instance, no shade to Ari or the Real Kyle's sister, but she is an influencer, but she can only sell certain products. Like for instance, I would send her a wig. I would definitely send Ari a wig. I would send her bundles. I would send her lashes. I would send her like a teeth whitening kit. I would send her any kind of fitness outfits. Even though she does not work out, she has a nice body, and things are flattering on her shape. Things are flattering on her body. So you would want your outfits on her body, because people who follow her are going to buy those things because they see it on her and they're like, damn, she looks good. I would look good in that too. Or they see the wig and they're like, oh, her wig is laid. I would look good in that wig too. Or they see like, you know, her whitening her teeth, even though she has veneers and she has really nice teeth, you still have to take care of your teeth. It's like when you get a BBL, you don't just wake up with a banging body. Like, you have to take care of your body. You have to eat right. You have to work out. You have to get your body contouring. You have to take care of those things. So yes, just because, you know, her teeth are done or her body is done, still people would buy those things from her. You wouldn't send her your positivity t-shirt and have her post it and it just says love life, and you know she has a picture and she's wearing it. There, people probably not gonna resonate with that. You know, they want more of like a risque outfit, like a sexy outfit, something that's tight fitting. So that's something you have to really learn from influencers. Like, so you need to know your niche. So after you know your niche, you've done your audience research, you see who your audience is, you figure out who your audience is, you have to figure out who are you trying to attract. If you are selling, you know, waist shapers, then you're trying to attract people who want to lose weight, right? You're attracting people, you could be attracting maybe brides who are getting married this year. You could be attracting bridesmaids who are going to be in weddings this year. You could be attracting new moms. You could be attracting new dads. Well, not for a waist trainer, but you could be attracting new moms. You could be attracting middle-aged women who are just trying to, you know, change and, you know, get rid of some of that fat that they've got over the years, or the weight that they've gained over the years. I'm trying to think of what else. So yeah, you would be attracting people who are interested in, you know, Weight Watchers, or people who are interested in Planet Fitness, people like that. So you need to figure out who these people are, what they're interested in, and how and how many influencers do they follow, like what kinds of influencers they follow. There's a lot that goes into it, guys. You need to be looking at these influencers. You need to know these things. So the next thing that you need to do is build your marketing budget. Yes, you need a marketing budget. Every business has a marketing budget. Every business, when they reach out to influencers, they have a budget for this promotion. And most of these influencers, their managers should be asking you, like, what is your budget for this promotion? Like, they shouldn't just be telling you like, oh, this is their rates, da 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 da. Like, they should be saying, okay, what is your budget for this promotion? Because we'll work with you. You need to build your marketing budget. That can be something like, you know, applying for a new credit card that you only use for advertising, and any of the money that you get from advertising, you pay on that credit card. That can be something like applying for a small loan. It could be something like saving $50 from each paycheck, and then, you know, waiting 6 months, and then, you know, start working on your marketing, work on other things that aren't as costly. You're not saying that marketing is costly, but when you do pay an influencer, yes, it should be a little more expensive if you want to actually make some money. If you're paying, you know, $25 for a shout out, you could make some money. I mean, there are people who don't know their worth, but these days influencers are charging too much, not too little. So keep that in mind when you are paying an influencer. You definitely want to look and see like what they're worth to you. There are influencers now, just because someone doesn't have a lot of followers does not mean they are not worth your budget. Like, let's say, you know, a follower or a person has 8,000 followers, but they're getting, you know, 2,000 likes on their pictures. That's great engagement. I mean, those people are getting, what is that? That's over 20%. It's like 30% engagement, I guess. Like, they're getting great engagement. And if they have 8,000 followers and 2,000 of those people are liking their pictures, then that means those people are probably going to buy whatever they promote as well. Even someone who has 50,000 followers, if they're getting 10,000 likes, That is amazing engagement. You definitely need to work with influencers like that. If they get engagement that high and they're getting that many likes and with that amount of followers, then that means that they're only going to grow. The more followers they get, the more likes that they get. They're just going to keep growing. So yeah, definitely applying for like a small credit card, applying for a small loan, and only using it for advertising, not using it to pay bills or catch up on car payments or anything. Though, use it for what it's supposed to be used for, and then spend that money to pay off that credit card, and then keep doing the same thing. So in the long run, you're actually boosting your credit and you're building your business at the same time, which in the future you can use your business credit, because you need good personal credit in order to have good business credit. The next thing you need to do is reach out professionally. I always tell people this: do not DM someone and say how much for a shout out. What? Come on now. That is very unprofessional. I don't like when brands DM influencers no more than I like when influencers respond. All of your brand deals should be going through an email. You should have a paper trail. You should have a physical copy and a digital copy of what was said in case anything ever happens and you have to go to court. I think from a business mindset, everyone doesn't think like me. Some people just need quick cash. They want to be cash apped $100. They want to be cash apped $500. I can't relate. I have people hit me up all the time like, can I just cash app you? Can I just? No, you can't. You cannot, actually, because if you decide you want to dispute that cash app, there's nothing I can do about it. There's no one I can call. There's nothing I can do. I almost don't even really like PayPal anymore. But now that I've gotten to a point where PayPal like trusts me and I can win cases, I'm good. So, yeah, you want to reach out professionally. You want to say, hi, my name is, I am the head of PR at so-and-so company. We are an online fitness boutique and we are geared towards, you know, matching consumers with the most stylish influencers so that they can get blah, 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 blah. So a long paragraph of who you are, what you stand for, and all of that stuff. You need to introduce yourself. It should never just be like, how much for a shout out? Be specific. Are you launching soon? Do you have inventory? Do you want them to post a YouTube video? What is it that you actually want from them? You need to have a well thought out email. And I do have my Instagram influencer template. It is available, so make sure you comment below if you do want my Instagram influencer template. So yeah, you definitely want to reach out professionally when they get back to you. And then when they get back to you and they let you know, then you need to ask for two things. You need to ask for a price sheet with all of their promotion and promotional pricing. And I also want a video or a media kit of all of their impressions, their link clicks, and everything from the last month. You want it from this month. You don't want something from January. You don't want something from whatever. You want it from June. It is June. So you want stats from June. They have them. Stats update every single day. They got them. So yeah, you definitely want to reach out professionally, and then you want them to get back to you with their rates. You want them to get back to you with their stats, proof of link clicks, proof of payment. Even something like a Magic Links account. Magic Links will tell you how many swipe ups they got, how many link clicks they got, and also how many people actually bought from those links. So yeah, what else as far as reaching out? So that's pretty much it with reaching out. You just want to reach out professionally. Make sure you're coming from, you know, a professional email. Make sure you have your website in your email so that they can go and look at your website to see if it's a good fit for them. I will never stop stressing the fact that you should not be working with anyone on anything without a contract. You need a contract in place so that both parties know what they're getting out of this and know what to expect. If you're expecting them to post a post for you and they're expecting you to pay them $2,000, there needs to be a contract in place stating that. Because if you pay them $2,000 or $200 or whatever you pay them and they don't post on the day that you said, and you're emailing them or you're DMing them and you're trying to get, you know, a response from them, you can take them to court. You can sue them. You are allowed to sue. And then I have been in positions where girls have taken my money and they're posting all over their story. They on jet skis. They doing all this stuff on vacation, but they have yet to post the picture of my swimsuit that I sent them. They have not posted the sunglasses I sent them. They have not posted the whatever. And it's like, it's disrespectful. But when you got that contract in place and they know they can be taken to court, they treat it like a job. And that's the thing, is when someone just cash apps you for something, it doesn't really feel like a job. It doesn't feel professional. It doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel like you have any obligations. That's the thing. With a contract, you have obligations. You owe this to me by law because we are in a contract. And that is one thing that I will always stress is I don't do the whole DM me, I'll cash app you, sending your email or sending your ad. It's unprofessional to me. I don't like it. That's not how it works. I don't do that. So yeah. And you need to have a trusted payment. Stop accepting Cash App. PayPal, you need to have an invoice. It doesn't need to just be like a cent payment from a brand. It needs to be an actual invoice. You need to have a copy, a physical and digital copy of your contract, your invoice, the emails, everything. The whole transaction needs to be recorded via digital and physical, because you need to have, my next office will have a file cabinet, because right now my files are just everywhere in here. So I will actually have a file cabinet with a lock on it very soon, because I will have a lot of stuff in my office that, you know, I don't want stolen or anything like that. So you need to have a place for your files in your home and also on your computer. I have a second hard drive that has all my files. I have a file cabinet system down here. So you need to have all of that. So definitely have a trusted payment. Make sure you have your invoice. And the last thing that you need to do when working with an influencer and picking an influencer is approve all posts. So when you go ahead and work with an influencer, you definitely want to have them post a picture or post a video or post an IGTV or post a YouTube video, but you want them to send it to you first so that you can approve it. So you need to let them know, like, yeah, I want you to post on the 22nd, but I need you to send this post over to me by the 18th or by the 20th so that I can approve it, and then I can see your caption and I can tell you, like, yes, this is right. No, change this. Change how you said this. I don't like this. You need to approve all of your posts before ever sending payment. So you need to send your products, approve your post, and then send your payment after contracts and everything are signed. Do not send your payment until everything is signed. So make sure you do everything I've already said, approve that post via email, and then you can pay your influencer. So there's a lot of steps that you need to take before you actually pay your influencer, but I do believe that your influencer should be paid after the contract is signed, but before your post is posted. So they approve the post, and then once they post, or you can pay them and then they can post, because I feel like once they post, it's not really fair, because it's like they're posting and they're making you money and you're basically using that money to pay them. So it's kind of not fair to the influencer that they're doing all this work but they're not being paid. Just a personal opinion. So definitely approve your posts, approve any videos, help them with the captions, tell them what to tag, post guidelines. They need to have post guidelines. This needs to be included. This needs to be in the caption. These hashtags, these tags, this color. I want it to look like this. Here's an example of what I like. All of these things go into play when you're working with an influencer. You definitely don't want your influencer to just post it for you, because they're not going to do it how you want them to. You're going to be upset because they didn't do it right. So just make sure you're communicating with your influencer and make sure that you're approving all posts, you have contracts and all that stuff. So guys, this was a really quick video that I wanted to get on here and share with you guys. I actually already recorded this before, which is kind of why it was kind of rushed, because I already recorded this and I had to re-record it because I didn't like the lighting and I didn't like the audio, which I kind of still don't like the lighting in this one, but we're just gonna have to go with it because it's my last week recording in this office. My other office looks so much better. So all right guys, so thank you so much for watching. If this video helped you in any way, make sure you comment below and let me know. If you want my Instagram influencer template, make sure you comment below as well so I can get that sent over to you. And also, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to join the team, turn on those post notifications so you can get notified the next time I upload, and make sure to watch another video. And even if you don't watch another video by me is gonna play after this, so it doesn't matter. You're gonna see me anyway. I'm just kidding. Please watch another video. Thank you. All right guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye.